Good morning, everyone. Today is the very first episode of Empowered, and today we have Micah Mruwat. Micah, I met her about a year ago. She has been an agent for about 12 years. She is with eXp Realty, and she's agent number 333 out of 73,000 agents with eXp. And she's an avid investor. Her and her husband have flipped over 100 homes. And Micah, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. It's absolutely my pleasure. Good morning, good afternoon, I guess, depending on where you are
Yeah,
in the world.
that's right. That's right. Well, Micah, so I kind of want to start out by asking you, just kind of tell us about a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in real estate?
Yeah, so I always joke. I mean, I've been in real estate a lot longer. So I've been licensed as an agent for 12 years, but practically in real estate since I was probably in diapers. Second generation real estate investor. So kind of what's interesting in my story is I went to the University of Central Oklahoma. I had a degree in broadcasting and was set on that path and pretty set in my ways. And of course, my husband, we wanted to start a family, and he was like, "This is not going to work. So why don't you get into real estate?" But I got into real estate initially, never really to be a producer, but just start to do some real estate investing as a family. And it's kind of you never know where life's going to take you. It naturally progressed from there.
Well, that's awesome. So I know that our paths crossed about almost a year ago in March of 2021.
Mhm.
And you are just one of my favorite people. You're such a great leader. And I know that it's been, you've been in real estate a while and you've had a pretty good journey. How did you transition from being in the investing and being the production side to where you are now?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So I'll have to say it wasn't one single thing, but if I had to kind of pin it down to any life event, after my youngest son was born, Dell, about 9 years ago, unfortunately he went through some medical challenges, and then we had some personal things go on with family, so we were kind of thrown into it, if you will. So initially I started out, I was only listing my parents investments at the time, Hamudi and I's real estate investments. And then I really started getting into production with that motivation of my son having some medical challenges. So started getting into production. I worked with some builders and really enjoyed that. Started to build a team. And then in 2014, I ran my numbers and I quickly realized that I was very loyal to my first brokerage. I've only been with two companies in 12 years, by the way. EXP is my second, my last. Um, but my first one, I was with them for 5 years, but I just kind of outgrew that office. And so what happened was I ran my numbers in 2014. I realized how much I was paying that office, and I decided I was going to break out and go on my own. And so I got my broker's license. And with that, I came across, as you mentioned, EXP.
Yeah.
And so I joined them in October of 2014. I looked at the model and I realized that if I opened my own brokerage, that was actually going to be, in my opinion, a selfish move on my part. Because if I wanted to start bringing on agents to my brokerage, I need to personally know that I'm offering the best product that I believe that's out there. And so I didn't feel like I could do that as a single agent. And so I joined DXP. I felt that that was going to be in great alignment with my personal goals and values were. Started out as the managing broker. By the way, you mentioned agent number 333, meaning there were only 300 agents, period, in EXP. Now there's, 73,000 worldwide. So
Yeah.
very different company back then, but we always believe that we were on the right track. We always had that vision. So it was for the bigger vision back then. But with that said, the Oklahoma City market was not open. So I did have the opportunity to sign up as the managing broker and the first EXP agent, really
Wow.
south of Tulsa. And did that for a few years. And then I was given the opportunity to become the regional, what we call an RDL, regional development leader. And through that, I realized that I enjoyed leading people. I enjoyed helping agents grow. I
Yes.
don't so much enjoy the compliance part of the part of the business.
Yeah.
So, the dotting I's, crossing T's, checking current facts. So, and then of course, there's a lot of liability with that as well. So I at that point broke off and decided just really to build our organization. And I'm happy to say that between my husband and I, we've now got a little over 1,500 agents all over the world within our group. And I love every minute of it.
I
I
love
know that
that.
was a long-winded question or answer, but
Yes, no, I love that. Micah, for the people that are watching, can you kind of go into a little bit more detail about how you're able to do that? How the model with EXP allows you to you said you're in how many states?
I believe last I checked, it's 36 states and 6 countries.
That is amazing. So can you kind of go into how that kind of works and how you are able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, EXP is designed really as kind of like that next evolution, not just for agents, but even those of us that are real estate brokers. And so again, I realized that compliance was not something that I enjoyed as far as being a managing broker, but I do very much enjoy helping agents grow. And so what EXP has really allowed us to do is give us that tool where we can literally not just work with agents and attract them to the company, but really partner with agents like yourself,
Mhm.
help them reach their goals. And the agent doesn't pay us anything. I mean, it's just totally a win-win. We're
Yes.
compensated through the company in what we call revenue share.
Yes.
So we're compensated through the revenue share, and we get to help agents not only grow their own organizations and bring on agents just like and duplicate what we've done, but also help them produce more. So it's not just about body count, it's really about allowing agents to reach not just financial freedom, but time and location freedom as well.
Yes. And I'll tell you, since we met each other a year ago, you guys, Micah has helped me to grow and helping agents get into production, helping me build an organization. And I've never been with a company who is it is really genuinely agents helping agents. So I think that's one of the coolest things about EXP.
Mhm.
So we've kind of gone through your story. So tell me a little bit about what would you define as really your keys to success? Maybe what's affected you, and then what advice could you give agents as they're building their business?
Oh, I absolutely know. I mean, so everybody get ready for this. I know what the key to success is. I know what the secret sauce is.
Yes, tell us.
You're not gonna like it. It starts here. Nobody likes to hear that. It's your own mindset. And so, just as we've talked, I'm very intentional of what goes here and what stays here and what I keep out. So I really guard my mind and I work. It sounds weird, but I probably need to exercise in the gym a little bit more, but I do exercise my brain every single day. And I think, it's a muscle. It's very, very important. And so, we're here, really the way that I've looked at it, of course, I'm a hard worker. I have the work ethic. I've worked till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, my youngest son didn't sleep for the first 5 years of his life. So that whole part of our lives is just a bit of a blur. But
Yeah,
with that said, we're all hard workers. As real estate agents, I think a lot of us are hard workers. But it's not just about being a hard worker, is what I've really realized over the years. And this is hard for me because I'm a control freak and I like to have my hands in everything.
yeah,
But, as if you read the Miracle Morning, and one of the things that they talk about is especially those of us that are entrepreneurs or particularly in the real estate space, what we do is we add more hours, we add more homes, we add more sales, which adds more hours to the day, right?
right.
But we all know that we can get further not by adding hours, but by multiplying. And so that's going to be through leverage. And so I've been able to leverage the 1,500 agents. We have agents, like you said, in almost every market, in almost every state. By the way, not has that just helped us beneficially with the revenue share, but even the real estate investment side of our
Right.
business. I mean, we've purchased homes in Mississippi and Ohio and Iowa and, and all these areas that I
Yeah.
would never dream to invest in before because we have those connections, right? We have partners in those markets that we like, know, and trust. So, with that said, it's about leverage, and I realize that with a larger group, we can go a lot further. And then
Mhm.
now, of course, as you know, we've hired agent support staff on our team. We now have global staff as well. So, as much as I like to be a control freak and OCD, I've realized that I can't do this alone. And I think that's really important because real estate is a very lonely game. It can be if you don't play it right.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, so Micah, what can we see from you in the next few years?
World
What's it
domination.
look like?
No, and all jokingly, joking aside, like I said, I love helping agents. I think, in real estate, we can get financial freedom, but what we don't get is time and location freedom. So I like to say that we're living proof of that, having moved to Florida from Oklahoma and then now moved to Puerto Rico. Literally live on an island, so I couldn't be more isolated. But with that said, if that's agents' goals, that's what I want to help them do the same. And so I don't necessarily know that I have a number to it, but I want to help agents all over the world in every country that EXP is open. And nothing gets me more excited than waking up and helping agents, JB, like yourself, that are just killing it. Not only do you want it, but you're putting in the work, and that's honestly what gets me excited. So
Yeah,
partnering with more agents like yourself, that's what my future goals are.
that's awesome. So I'll tell you that, when I came into EXP, I came in with the mindset of, the commission split was a lot better than where I was. But what I did not realize was what a blessing it is. I'm in a position now. This is a new position for me that I've ever been in my career. I've mostly been in production.
Mhm.
But to be able to help agents all over the nation, grow their business, get under a model that's going to serve them. And I just want to publicly thank you. You have been such an instrumental role in helping me do that. And I know you help a lot of other agents, but your passion bleeds over to me, and it's really changing my life. So I want to tell you how much I appreciate you, Micah.
Well, thank you. Likewise. So I'm going to throw that question right back at you. What are some of your goals?
Well, we did not plan this.
I You knew I was going to do that.
Always challenging me. Um, so I think really over the next couple of years, I really do have a big mission to help as many agents as I can. This was something that kind of just happened gradually and natural for me. I had a team and I had helped my team, but to be able to get to help a ton of agents grow their business, that is one of the most exciting things I've ever done. So I definitely want to continue to do that. I mean,
Love
it's
it.
really changing my life. It's wonderful.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. So I'm glad I put you on the spot there
Yeah.
because one of the things that, if you talk to an agent, particularly at EXP, I hear all the time that it's life changing. And I think, outsiders looking in might not understand that because let's be honest, my first brokerage was not life changing. As much as I love the company and I love the owners and I love the environment, it was not life changing for me. So, how can EXP be life changing? And really coming, as we mentioned, coming in as a real estate investor, I got into that because that was our pathway, not just to wealth, but long term legacy. We have two kids, probably a lot of people watching today. You might have kids or somebody in your family that you want to help out as well. So really real estate investing has always been the way to do that, and we still do that. We've done single family houses to commercial to apartments, you name it. But with that said, there's nothing, I mean nothing that I have personally seen as a better business opportunity than what EXP gives its agents.
Right.
And I don't believe that should be taken lightly. It's huge. And if, just like yourself, if you put in the work and you have a great reputation with your agents and you're willing to put in the work in order to reach those goals. And again, it's not just about our personal goals, it's about helping other people. What is the thing? If you help enough people, then you'll ultimately get what you want. And this is no better model, in my opinion, designed to do that we're literally incentivized to help our partners and people that we bring onto the company do better than us.
I
And
know.
where can you see that?
I tell people that every day. I'm like, I have never been not, I mean, I've never been with a real estate company, much less another company, period, that people help people. Like it's so genuine. And
Mhm.
so I'll tell you, we talked about the word life changing. When I came into EXP, I was like, okay, okay, we'll see. But when you really, really understand the model and understand what this gift is, because it is a gift,
Mhm.
I'm a firm believer that as agents, we work very, very hard. Why wouldn't you work hard to benefit yourself and to make the most of what you're doing?
Mhm.
And I think EXP allows that. I've now got 3 streams of income, and my daily activity is not any different. It is simply doing what I had done 16 years previously. So to me, that's such a win.
Yeah, no, I mean, I couldn't agree more, and I just think it's exciting. We're here helping one another, and in turn, obviously we are compensated for that. And in my opinion, there's no better job in the world. And I always joke with everyone. I'm like, besides my husband and my kids, it's one of the best decisions I ever made. Not just a business decision, it's one of the best life decisions I've ever made.
Right,
And so, that's where life changing comes. It's not just about loyalty. I'm loyal to the brand because what the brand has done for me and
right,
what the brand is doing for agents that I bring onto the company.
right,
That's why I'm loyal.
right. Well, Micah, I really appreciate you coming here today and hanging out with me for a little while. If anybody wants to get in contact with you, how would they do that? I guess before you say that, do you have any ending thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say if they want to get a hold of me, they need to get a hold of you first, because we all work together and we're part of the same organization. So I would encourage them to reach out to you, and together we're going to work together and help build this. With that said, it's if you noticed, I started with agents work really hard. You said this too. Agents work really hard, and everything starts with your mindset. And what happens is sometimes people may look at others and say, it's an overnight success, or they got in lucky, or they got lucky, or they got in earlier. It's just easy to say these things. And the reality is, I don't know if you've ever read the book The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, but
Yes.
everybody always asks, what do I attribute our relatively quick success? I mean, over the last decade, what do I attribute that to? And I could never pinpoint one single activity. And until I read The Compound Effect, I realized that it was small activities that we're doing every single day to work toward the larger goal. What I think that really separates the average from the elite is the average have these ups and downs, up and down, the roller coaster, right? They
Yes.
have good months, they have bad months, they have good months and bad months. The elite work toward their goals every single day. When I wake up in the morning, my goal is to achieve something, whether it's big or small. Some days it's bigger than others, but my goal
Right.
is to achieve something every single day. And when you look at building blocks, just like the compound effect, it's going to eventually add up to something. And that's where you look like an overnight success. So, why do I say all that? It's not to brag, it's not to have an ego. I'm saying it because if I can do it, you can do it. And it's really because you've got the right mindset, you exercise your mind, you work toward your goals every single day. And it's as easy as that. It really is. We're not rocket scientists over here, right? There are a lot harder jobs. I'm not a surgeon, but I'm just being honest. But the reality is the opportunity is there. I look at it like a vehicle. We are
Right.
in the fastest car. We're in a Ferrari, a Lamborghini with the right mechanics. You just need to get in the car and drive,
I
right?
love
And there's no doubt if I'm in a Ferrari and you're in a 10-speed bicycle, I don't care how fast and how hard you go, we're going to win. And so join the winning
great
team.
analogy.
Join the winning team. Look at who's gone where you want to go, and don't reinvent the wheel. Put your ego to the side. One of my favorite sayings is your ego is not your amigo.
I love it.
Put your ego to the side. Look at what others are doing, because if you've heard about EXP and you haven't checked it in yet, my guess is you don't know what you're saying no to, and you're saying no before you've really checked it out. And there's a saying, once you see it, you can't unsee it. You're going to have EXP insomnia because you're not going to believe your eyes.
Right
So,
here. That was me.
I think you still have EXP insomnia, waking up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, with that said, this is possible for everyone. It's not a pyramid. It's literally designed to everybody to have the same opportunity. And I don't know anything better than that. Now we've built the pathway, the Micahs and the Jaybees and the others of the world, right? We've built the pathway, we've built the systems in place. All you've got to do is plug and play. So, with that said, if you're interested just to learn more and absolutely no obligation, I'm going to do you a plug for JB here.
No,
I
thanks.
need you to reach out to JB because she's on fire, and I'm not joking about that. So, not only is she a top producer in her market, she's killing it in really building a large organization in the company, and I don't believe there's any other better time to partner up with her now and go to the top with her.
And we have a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
You. I like to think we're a pretty fun group.
Yeah, I love it. Well, Micah, that is such great advice. By the way, I love The Compound Effect. I've read that book about 10 times. So if you guys have not read The Compound Effect, it is really, I started reading it in 2010, and it really totally, I did a 180 on my mindset. So that's a great book. So, well, I appreciate
Compound
you.
Effect and Miracle Morning. Those were my 2 recommendations today.
Yes, love them. Go get them, guys. Go get the books. It'll change your life. Okay, well, Micah, thank you so much for being here. I wish you the best, and I'm sure I'll see you soon. I get to see you in a month.
Yeah.
So, thank you for being here today.
My pleasure. I appreciate it. And super excited to continue watching the Empowered podcast and videos. And I appreciate everybody for watching today.
Yeah, me too. All right. Everybody have a good day.